What's up, everybody? Kafka here, and we are less than 2 weeks away from the first league of PoE 2 Dawn of the Hunt, and we need to talk a little bit about currency. And when I played PoE 2 from the start, I wasn't the most knowledgeable person on how to get currency fast. And I wanted to run through today of my ideas of what I think is going to be a great way to get currency fast in a new league. And we're going to go over a few tips on what I think is going to be some of the best ways to do so. So if you have not subbed to the channel, make sure you do, because we were going to be having builds that are going to show you how to farm fast, efficiently, and it is going to be a great season. So make sure you hit that sub button. But first off, we have to get through this dreaded campaign. Not dreaded, we might get the acts 4 through 6, we'll see, but we have to get through the acts as fast as possible. I'm talking about Usain Bolt speed through the campaign. Find a good build that could clear through the campaign as fast as possible. And the reason why I'm on this character today, you can see that these guys are dying very quickly. I am a level 12 monk, right? And you can see when I actually start attacking some mobs, if we have some, things are dying really quick. And no, I didn't put the most uber gear on this guy. I have this crossbow. So this is called a Mist Whisper crossbow, makeshift crossbow. And I got this early on while leveling. So this dropped, I think I was level 8, and I was able to switch my monk to a build that is crossbows. What I think is some of the best ways to farm and get through the campaign fast is whatever best piece of gear drops for you, you start switching to that build. Because this thing is just pumping, right? Really everything's just getting pretty much one shot. Rares will probably take a little bit. That's just the auto attack too. I wasn't even using the grenades. But while you're going through the campaign, just use whatever's fast. Obviously, there's going to be videos on how to make builds that are going to be better for leveling. Make sure you're utilizing those builds and get through the campaign, because your second, third, maybe fourth character is going to be easy after you get some decent gear, and you're going to be able to level those fast anyway. So just level whatever's going to be the fastest. You could obviously follow Kalfa, because I'll be making some videos around what I did to level through the campaign fast. So you could use some of the builds that I show off, but just to start, go with what you get gear. That's the best way possible from the start. So then I get to maps. What do I do? All right, so you're gonna see this is the start of the map, right? So obviously I've cleared a lot of these things. And when I first started mapping, I didn't know what the best possible way was. What was I doing? I was just doing random maps and really not caring about it, just having fun going through it. Well, now we're gonna have more of a strategic plan, right? So we're gonna obviously still have towers. And we know now towers are going to be a little bit buffed, because they're going to have different things on there. You could have a ritual in your tower. You could have a breach in your tower, which is nice. But what I think is going to be some of the best currency, and I'll show you why, is rituals. I think rituals are, one, going to get a buff on drop rates in the expansion. But even if they don't, or the new league, but even if they don't, take a look at the currency exchange. This Omen of Dexterial is worth 23 divine. That is absolutely crazy. The Audience with the King, 4 divine. Omen of Whittling, worth 16 divine. What? So yes, you're not going to get these that easily, but when you hit one of these, it is the freaking jackpot. And I do believe that they will utilize omens to make crafting even better next expansion. But even if they don't, rituals is going to be a way to get currency. So save your ritual tablets, utilize those. Even if you just sold ritual tablets right now, if you just farm for ritual tablets, you could make so much divine. It is crazy. So rituals is definitely going to be a big play in my progress to gaining currency. I know it's going to be very important. Rituals are going to be up here and breach is going to be right here. I guarantee it. Rituals is going to be something special because crafting is going to be a lot better this next expansion. Another way you could make currency early is, and I did this the wrong way too at the beginning of last league or the beginning of PoE 2, is I didn't convert my currency. So converting your currency is actually a really good way to just make sure that you see the amount of currency that you currently have. And if you look in my stash, you'll see that I have a ton of Val orbs, a ton of orbs of alchemy. And now this late in the season, they're really not worth anything. So if I take all these, a ton of alchemy orbs, and I go to the currency exchange and I say I have orbs of alchemy and I want to get exalted orbs, it's decent, but it's not that much. So let's say 50. So I need to get 100. So right there, I was able to transfer 112 orbs of alchemy into exalted orbs. To sit on those early on is probably not the best bet. I would definitely go ahead and convert everything, because that will give you exactly how much wealth you have. Even things like Val orbs, convert them to exalted or chaos or chance, because those are going to be the most valuable orbs in the end game. So you might as well sit on what's going to be more valuable. Don't sit on items that are items or even currency that isn't going to be as valuable in the end game. I think about all the things I have in my inventory. I should have just priced it lower. Literally, I probably have some stuff in here that I got such a long time ago, and I should just be pricing this lower to sell it, because currency goes up. Value of items does not go up. So all these items I sat on, there became better items. Everybody through farming had better items now. So this right here was really, really good at the beginning of the league. 3 to all lightning skills, mana regeneration, lightning damage, spell damage, a little bit of mana on it. So this was really good. But now everyone has +5 to lightning skills, so it's not worth anything. So I sat on it. I priced it too high. So I say make everything as currency as fast as you can through the trade market. Don't sit on items. Sell it, make it a big blowout sale, right? And sell it. If you see something, maybe this would have sold for 50 exalt and the next person had something similar for 75. So what? You lost 25 exalt, but you sold it instead of sat on it. So now your currency value of this went down tremendously. This probably could sell for 2-3 exalt right now if I even tried. So anything you sit on in terms of gear usually goes down unless it's one of the end game pieces. So something like the ingenuity belt is obviously going to hold its value for a long time, or the gloves of Hand of Wisdom. Even like something like this went down a lot too. These were really expensive. I think I could have sold my first one for 13 divine. Now these are worth a couple of divine. So it's just everything eventually comes down. Unless it's a perfect piece, then that will stay profitable. So sell it while you can, get the currency, and the value of the currency will eventually go up. Turn everything into divines, and that will help you have more currency in the end game. This is not something that I was ever going to do, but I was able to clear the Trial of Chaos and the Trial of Sechamus pretty fast. There is going to be people that are going to spam to, if you farm in Trial of Sechamus and you could bring a couple people along and make some exalt doing it, why not? I've never did that. I was obviously the leader of my guild, and I didn't want to like charge people to run that. And obviously people are watching the channel, I would just help people out. But if you want, you could definitely, if you're going to run Trial of Sechamus, you're going to run these things to get your ascendancy points for people's alts, you could do that early, and it would definitely make some profit early on. You could carry 3 people probably pretty easily if you get a good build. I think it's important to get a build that can clear all bosses first, and then start making builds that are just a lot of fun. So something I will do for all my followers and subscribers is try to make sure that everyone is aware of what items are hot, what items are selling. So whether it's through a YouTube video or a YouTube short. So I want to make sure that you guys know what are the valuable items, and not just valuable items, or maybe a valuable item that you could valorb into something even better. So you guys kind of have an understanding. If you're not checking out the trade website like I will be definitely focusing on that to get the currency that I need to make the builds that can run some of the hardest content. And that's what my goal is next league. But I'm super excited about it. I hope you are too. I hope to see you guys all playing Path of Exile 2, getting that currency, having a good time. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.